Well, I guess we'll open up the meeting for,
The workshop?
what's that?
The workshop?
Open up the workshop.
The workshop, meeting workshop. Okay, we'll start with the flag.
Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, this is a workshop, budget workshop, and
So,
we've got- oop,
oh, I'm sorry, but just real quick before you start. So in front of you, I gave you a little schedule, these,
These ones?
schedule, yeah, of who we're expecting when. Cable does need a little bit of, flexibility, so he may be a little bit late. Michelle needs to be out here at 4:30, and I'm expecting, we've got two different issues going on, so town attorney's calls, so just so you're aware, if I walk out, that's why.
so what we don't, we've got a 2 o'clock with the transfer station, so.
Jeff, you
Come on
wanna
up,
come sit at the
Jeff.
table? All right, so Michelle, you wanna guide them to where this is?
So in your book, it should be under transfer station. The account is 10540.
I went that way.
It's also in your packet here. It's on page 9.
Okay.
Trim the tab. Got it. Kim?
Oh, jeez.
Yep, right there. So I think, with the transfer station, and we know that Jeff has been in the position just a short amount of time now. Overall, he put in for budget increases, for the salaries for 3%, but that is budgeted on Sundays year-round, I think, from what I understand from the last selectmen's meeting.
Okay.
Right. Well, is that true? Not, is that what you did?
Yes.
Okay, so those numbers that you see there represent, 3% salary increases, but also adds in for the Sundays year-round. I think other than that, there are no other changes, but I know that the treasurer wanted to use this time, or there may be some change, well, actually, no, there are some changes. Did you increase those?
I have not changed anything.
Okay. I thought originally that we had the discussion, and I apologize, that he didn't change anything other than the hours, and we had some lines.
Yeah, he didn't change anything other than the hours, and I have a suggestion of an increase, but,
You made mention last week about something with the demo.
the demo is already, overdrafted, and we still have, till June to go. So I do suggest an increase there. I would say
What would you?
Is that the 50551? Which demo are you looking at?
demo hauling
Dispense.
50552.
52, so one to Punskey's.
Yep.
Yep.
So this year we budgeted 33,670 and it's already overdrawn?
Yes.
Okay.
What would be your recommendation? I mean, we're overdrafted now already?
Yeah.
So are we talking maybe a $10,000 or $15,000 jump in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we go 15 to be safe?
Yeah, I would say 15 to be safe.
Okay.
And is this the demo, and maybe Jeff can kind of help answer, I know there's been conversations and, that at some point Acton might need to look at considering charging for some of the demo. Is this the line that things like tires and couches and stuff are paid out of?
No, well, couches and stuff, tires, they take for free right now.
Just
Yeah.
1 month a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Acton pays for those tires,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, they just haven't picked them up yet.
So this line, the hauling line, and I don't mean to call it by the company, but the hauling line is being increased because of the extra demo that we're seeing because there's no
getting
charge,
more,
right?
right.
And I know we've heard from some residents or property owners that they feel like if they want to get rid of a couch, then they should pay for their couch and they shouldn't have to pay if everybody else wants to, you know what I mean? they shouldn't have to pay for everybody else's couch, if you will.
Right, they don't care if they have to
Acton is
come in
one of
and
the few towns left, I think, Michelle, that doesn't charge. I know Chapley charges for demo, Lebanon charges for demo,
Newfield.
Newfield.
I've been in the, camp there where, you know, people who are bringing in shingles and all that stuff there, you know, a lot of these guys are contractors. That, you know, even if you charge them a $25 or $50 charge for a trail load, that takes some of the bite out of our side of it. And I know, I can't speak for everybody, but I would think that anybody would say, I'll pay 15, 20 bucks to get rid of a mattress, you know?
Right, so
something
what
like that.
what kind of revenues, right off, do
They
you
don't have
know?
to pull them
those-
apart, you know?
What kind of revenues does Chapley get from their demos roughly?
It's roughly around $26,000 a year.
So, and one thing that they do in the neighboring town, which might help, you know, people that aren't taking a lot of demo, is they, with their tax bills, everybody gets one free demo load. You know, there's a card in there, if you will.
a good idea.
You know, and it says, it
idea.
allows you to have one free demo load. So if, you know, just a regular household wants, you know, because for the most part, we're not all getting rid
The
of.
people bringing demo in, you're probably finding, I'm just thinking out loud, the people that are bringing most of this demo is probably repeat offenders.
Yes, we have a lot of contractors that come
Okay,
in.
well, that's a good reason.
And are they having to prove that the stuff comes from Acton?
Well,
How do they prove that?
Well, we try to. If they got a project going in town, we call the code office to ask them if there's an active permit there.
Oh, you do
There's
that
a lot of-
now?
I do.
Huh.
There's a lot of times they'll say they're doing a job on whatever street, and they're not even from in-state. So I try to check to at least see.
So they're not from in-state,
The contractors aren't.
and they're dumping at the town hall.
Right, because they're doing a job for somebody in town. So I think if we,
So how do we do that?
Well, for a while, before we changed code officers, we required demo permits.
Yeah.
They were free, but at least it was a tracking device for us, and they'd have to go there, so that would save the transfer
But
station.
are they showing that permit?
We haven't
we
stopped
we don't
doing.
issue them.
Oh,
we
so
stopped-
now we're just assuming they're in the town.
Well, he's saying
Well, I
he's
call
calling.
the
which is-
code officer to see if there's actually a building permit
Okay.
at that address they give me.
Yeah.
A lot of towns charge a demo permit when you get a building permit,
Yeah.
because
So
there's
you're,
some big projects.
it's more contractors, not, Joyce bringing a couch or Dennis bringing a stove?
No, it's a lot of boat wrap from when they unwrap boats, a lot of construction debris from contractors.
So,
we should.
maybe, you know,
I mean, from the looks of it, we're overdrafted. I mean, I see trailer loads of stuff going up there. I mean, dump trailer loads.
That's another
Stuff that is, you know, myself, I take all my stuff right down to Simpsons because it's,
Right.
I pay for it, but it's not that expensive. But, I mean, if you're getting it for free, they're bringing it here instead of there.
And that's another issue, is the amount of trailers that are coming in. They take up a lot of room in line, the cars end up out in the road.
We start charging for that, maybe we'll deter a little bit of that.
Right.
You know, because the problem is with the contractors is, you know, they could be doing a job up there, but like I'm a contractor, I'm doing jobs in Kennybunk, Saco, I'm everywhere, so you never know. You could call up and say, yeah, I am doing a job in Acton, but.
Doesn't mean you're doing it today.
I might not be actually on it from Acton.
Right.
So that's the problem.
It is.
So you know, we're not gonna catch everybody that's doing bad
Right.
by doing that, but I think by putting
That
out,
would probably help.
we might be able to deter it and actually get something back into this line item.
so why don't we work on, pulling some samples from surrounding towns of what they charge, and we'll set an agenda date. I'll touch base with Tom, we'll set it as an agenda item for a Board of Selectmen meeting. I mean, in any event, that line has to be budgeted. I mean, we can only hope that we can offset it with revenues in the next fiscal year if you decide to incorporate fees, but for now, for the purpose of the budget, we've got to just increase it and figure out how to offset it later.
Yeah, and that, we obviously got to, you know, that's kind of an issue for me, having contractors coming in from out of state saying they're working wherever. We gotta have some sort of,
Way to check that.
And
yeah,
we can, I mean, the new code officer has been in the
Right,
position
he's
long
been
enough
there long
now
enough
that we
now
can
that-
put the demo permits back in place in, you know, as well as add fees, but let's put it as a board agenda item, because we really can't do anything about it here.
obviously now we gotta, gotta worry about budget here. We got a whole lot of time, but.
So is there another line, Michelle, other than that one that you recommend increasing?
That one's the one of main concern there.
Now, Jeff, you had mentioned too that you wanted to incorporate some safety gear as far as, you know, we talked about sweatshirts and, you know, those kind of things. Is that incorporated in a miscellaneous account here? You're gonna be able to purchase that?
I believe so.
Okay, you think you have it worked in somewhere?
Yeah,
Is that
that's,
sweatshirts or like uniforms or?
Well, the day glow,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
there's when people come in, they go everywhere,
Right.
you know, and
No, really, I mean, you go to any transfer station, like Sanford or any big one, any employee that's walking around that dooryard should have some fluorescent on.
I
and it
was
doesn't
thinking
really
fluorescent
have.
sweatshirt or
Yeah, and we
t-shirt or
spoke to
you know.
McKinney's and got some good prices on some stuff in addition to what you would ask for that we'll present to you.
Right.
It could also just be a regular flip-on vest.
Yeah,
that's what we
exactly.
currently
I
have
think
now.
that would be the best way to do, it. Something that's not gonna be constrictive and hot in the summertime either.
Right.
That's true,
Yeah, we did it, we've got a few different sweatshirts, t-shirts, things that we thought you might like, so. All right, so this, as far as the salaries, at some point tomorrow, we expect the board's gonna have a full conversation and some sort of, come to an agreement on what they're gonna do with salaries, but is there anything else in here that you wanna point out, or Michelle, any concerns with? Nothing else,
I
Jeff,
have
that
a
you
question,
can?
what line do we chip our brush, but I'm not seeing a line on here.
In the past, we had a separate wood line, but, like the wood, the pressure treated and all that now is going into demo, so that got combined into the demo line. So there isn't a specific line for that chipping.
That hasn't been done yet,
No.
and that needs to be done before
Yeah.
spring. It should be.
And I would think that, there's some leeway in that compactor line.
Okay,
That if the board, was in agreement that it could be spent out of there, because you just had repairs to the compactor, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a new pad.
Yeah.
And have we gotten those last couple of bills on the compactor, the skid steer yet?
I haven't gotten the skid steer yet, no.
Did they give you an estimated cost on that, what it was
No, they
costing?
didn't, and I asked, it was a 2000 service, so I asked them to give me an estimate on it, but he hasn't.
What does that mean, a 2,000 service?
2,000 hour service.
Oh, 2,000 hour
It was
service.
at 2,300, and the last time it was serviced was in 2013. It had 900 hours on it.
The 2,000 hour service, what they do,
An
is
hour,
they do
once he said hour, I got
all the
it.
fluids,
All the
everything.
fluids, the radiator fluid, everything.
Take care
They
of it.
they didn't tell you, give you a price on coming out or nothing?
No,
It's done already?
yeah.
Okay.
Generally, we try to get at least an estimate in advance, so we kind of have an idea, especially where we're going in, kind of finishing up the last few months of a budget, so it's just helpful to kind of get some sort of rough estimate
Yeah, 'cause that
in
that
advance.
bill could be quite costly.
Well, his miscellaneous line, he's got a little
Yeah,
wiggle
he's
room.
got an equipment line.
All right. Anything else on that one? No other concerns, Jeff, regarding the budget?
No, not really. Just, I just want to make sure I can get that brush pile checked, because it's quite large. And I don't know what-
Did you have your estimate for it? Cause I never saw an estimate.
No, and I haven't seen anything of what it's cost us in the past to get it done. But, I've talked to a few people, so they've given me some, just by me
What's
telling them.
that?
Estimates for chipping the
Chipping-
pile?
chipping the
Who
pile.
does,
Used to
who's
be
done it in the
about $3,000 to
past?
$4,000 a year.
Do we know?
It used to be.
Used to be.
Simpson's last year was up to 7.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and I know Will and, the previous superintendent were working together to get prices from a couple other organizations. And I just don't know
I
where that
can give
lies.
you a couple names. I know
That
some
would be,
guys who do
and
that.
I think the big cost last year was hauling it off, trailering it out. I would like to leave it on site, make it available to the residents, so I think we can cut the cost, maybe more.
People like those chips.
So he can start getting
I
some
myself would
quotes.
rather see it gone, so we don't have to worry about having people coming in and taking the stuff, and, it'd be better just be out of sight, out of mind, but that's your call.
I would think that we'd wanna contact the insurance company to make sure that,
We can leave it on site.
Right,
Right.
first.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
problem, if you leave it on site, and not everybody does take it, then you got the
Right,
pile.
right.
And then you have individuals coming in with the trucks and loading it in, and of course, we can't be loading any vehicles with the skid steer, that would be a no-no on our insurance
Right.
plan. So I would think at the end of the day, getting it gone, if they grind it on site, put it in a trailer and ship it out, that's better.
Well, I have a kid that takes the leaves and compost now. He would
Yep.
probably, at the same time, take the chips too at the end of the season.
Yeah, as long as we had some sort of arrangement, he has insurance and everything else, but it kinda gets sticky when you start
Yeah,
doing that.
and in an effort to not get too far off track here, so let's get quotes for, so we have a policy, that, for purchasing and spending and so forth, so double check the policy on what the amount is, but you really should get at least 2 or 3 quotes in writing. And if you want to get them, leaving it on site and taking them off, you can come, we'll get you on an agenda with the board, you can have a discussion, and we'll follow up with the insurance company as well, but try to get 2 or 3 in writing, and then we'll get you on an agenda to make a decision.
So the chip-in's already included in here somewhere?
It was previously, it was part of the wood line, but the price went up so high last year. It just kind of got eaten by,
So we really kinda have to compensate for that now, knowing that the price has gone up. Cause before, cause when Scott and I used to do it, we would line up our grinding at the same time they line up their grinding, so it would cost us like $3,000, $3,500, so it was like $7,000 for the both of them.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like the price is doubled.
yes.
And it may probably go more than that. So, but if we don't have that in here, then we could very
Wish-
well be on the wrong side of it.
Right.
So where should we increase, like what line, do you think, to put it in? Or do we just make up a wood chipping line
I think we should
again?
make up a new wood chipping line.
I mean, that's,
Something to do.
I mean,
Yeah.
that way we know where it is, and,
And if we do that, then what we ought to do right now is increase that line to at least what we had before or a percentage higher. I mean, I would think if he's charging 7,000 now, the way everything's going up, I put a $10,000 line item on
And
that.
it sounded like he was looking to get this done before spring, so maybe if he can get us the quotes fairly soon, we can still make a more accurate adjustment to the budget.
We gotta have something we can give to the, finance committee here shortly, so we
Right.
have to plug some numbers in
Yeah.
here, realistic numbers, so we don't have to go back.
And I'm almost sure that Adam or Will has at least one or 2 bids in writing,
Okay.
okay.
but I just haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about doing down, the pile down there
Yeah.
this spring.
So maybe
Maybe do it
everything
at
could get
once.
done at once, yep. Okay,
And they took into consideration what was up to the transfer station.
They did.
oh, okay.
Oh, good, so that
Okay,
helps.
so we're gonna add another line for now of how much?
So 10?
They go 10?
Yep, we don't use it, we don't use it, right?
Well, I mean, we're already kind of figuring there's already a $3,000 thing, roughly, because that's what they kind of figured before.
And the road guys, they may know when they come in a little later on,
So we
I mean, what, based on the
shop
quotes
it.
they've gotten, so we'll put it at
Or if
10.
someone remembers that.
We'll ask them.
Okay,
Okay.
so new line. And we'll figure it at 10 for now.
Perfect. Anything else, Jeff?
No, I think that's it, pretty much.
Thank you very much. Send Jason in. All right, so we ready to move on, David?
Yep.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Okay, next on board, we have Code Enforcement Planning Board.
It's gonna be where, Michelle?
Page 3, under general, and he's in the book under general government. It basically is just the same thing as on page 3.
Good afternoon, Jason.
How you guys doing? I didn't realize I was gonna be on camera. I thought we were just having a conversation.
It's getting real now.
Why you
so-
left the room and came back?
Surprise!
You had no idea I would be sitting there.
Yeah, that's why he went and did his hair, because he saw you. so.
No, I was listening to voicemails.
It wouldn't be any fun without an audience, Dennis.
All right, so, you have a copy of your budget?
I do.
Down through it, so the, same thing with the salaries, we really don't need to spend a whole lot of time on those, because most all department heads, I think, put the 3% in, waiting for your instruction. Is the support staff a little more than 3%, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay.
Did we get numbers on like a 0.5% and that too?
Yep, she emailed them to you.
Okay.
But we can go over them in the end.
Yep.
Show you what the
Yep.
grand total is. So and do you by chance have a listing of the hourlies, the hourly rate, currently hourly rates that you gave out yesterday?
That packet of stuff you just gave us?
I got one too.
All right, so the, land use position is currently at 16, and they're recommending that it go up to 18, so that's a support staff increase that we talked about, so that goes from 16 to 18 on that one.
And I want to point out, before we get deep into this, that we have 53 paydays in this coming fiscal year, so that is accounted.
Pay weeks?
Pay weeks.
If I'm getting paid 53 days, I'm gonna have to find a new
Well,
job.
53,
We'll get a big
you're getting
raise.
53 paychecks instead of 52 this year. So that's been accounted for in all of general government.
And it's just a matter of how the weeks fell.
3.
Well, on 3 here, I'm just not finding the wages here. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. There we go.
Okay, so that's, those are the current wages, and Michelle we asked her to put the years in
Land use
position.
assistant, so, land use assistant,
It's at 16, the proposal is to move her to 18.
Okay.
I got 1850 here.
No, that's
Oh,
one on
16.
top.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, next line down. Sorry about that. Like I said, I think I'm gonna have to get some raises here pretty soon.
Are you getting to that point? As the rest of us have one. All right, so other than that, Jason, you wanna walk us through the budget? Your increases, decreases, what you're looking for?
What I'm walking through so from line to line, you wanna know, like the deputy CEO? and
Quarterly,
stuff
yeah.
like that?
It
No?
doesn't have any increases, so.
Yeah, everything's pretty much stayed the same, to what it was last year. Salaries, I think Michelle said, as she already stated, has gone up a little bit, for cost of livings. The, deputy CEO, I still use outside, use outside sources to help me with some of the decision making, maybe not decision making, but, input so that I can come to the decisions. What do we have? Office supplies? that, printing.
The deputy CEO, now, obviously, he'll be the guy that comes in and
Yeah, if I had to
if
be
you
off,
say you go on vacay or something like that, I'm sure you're gonna have a couple weeks of vacation here.
Yeah.
You know, this will cover that, and still, if you need him for something else.
well, yeah, so what I do right now, I currently, if I have a project that comes in that needs a second set of eyes, or even just looking at, some of the land uses where I'm trying to familiarize myself with some of the stuff, I'll bring it to him or have him, somebody else come in and review it with me, just so to make sure I'm not missing anything. And getting myself in any kind of trouble, so,
Yeah,
I do use that, and obviously I pay for that, I pay that person for his time.
definitely.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing, it's a good,
So, that's where that deputy CEO comes in, and like you stated, if I had to be on vacation and somebody had to be here to
I
cover.
was just making sure, you know,
That it's enough.
yeah, it's only $2,500, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, each one of these lines that we're covered, because we don't want to go over any of those, and
I think he leans more, not to take anything away from the deputy CEO position, but the planner position,
As I
it's got a
said, do you use him
21,000.
more?
Oh, 21.
That is more of a, just as much support, if not more.
Yeah, and I use them, and so for right now, even with our ordinances, we're using that contract service to help us. We had some big ones this year with the proposed solar array, the amendments with that one, so he spent a lot of time doing that. Something that I just felt better with somebody that dealt with this a lot more doing than just with my planning board and as well as the land use office, so.
And is the mileage, does that go up again, Michelle? Did I see that? What time of year does that change?
January 1st.
I mean, this budget's fairly, I mean, without him being in the position for a solid year, really getting his feet wet, I mean, this should support him.
Right now, like mileage is down right now, and one of the biggest things is because a lot of the mileage is for your continuing education, and everything right now, for the most part, has been Zoom.
Yeah.
Haven't had to go anywhere, but there are a lot of things happening this
Yeah.
spring that are now, you have to drive to.
Well, I just went to Wells last week for some training, so.
your mileage around here does, I mean, it takes
No.
forever to put some miles on, driving
Yeah.
around here doing inspections, so.
And I'm hoping that they're gonna start opening up a lot more. They've been talking a lot more of doing in-person trainings, but there was one for energy, but it was all the way in Ellsworth, and I'm gonna wait for something more local. So then you got the planner, membership, train,
Oh, we got the boat maintenance on here. What's
advertising.
up with the boat?
That's at
That's at misuse?
Mishudes right now, so I'm assuming that's equipment and maintenance and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, we haven't talked about it so long, I was
He's
just
gonna
gonna
use
have an
it this
idea
year.
where it was.
I used it, I took it out last year. Last year was really busy for me, just trying to get a handle on everything around here, so I really didn't have the time to get out and use it. I took it out for, afternoon just to run the old gas through it. And then pretty much put it away. So hopefully next year, I'll be able to utilize that service a little bit better and,
So the 3790, that's for the servicing and the storage?
Yes.
Gas,
It's repeat
registration.
gas,
Yeah,
registration.
okay.
insurance.
All right,
Ain't good?
I'm
As
good.
long as you're good with it, sir, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, I'll know better, next year this time than I am right now. Obviously, like Jen stated, I've only got so much time in here, but,
All right,
Awesome.
thank you very much.
I can go back to work.
You can go back to work, sir, thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Send the road commissioners in from home.
Both of them?
Okay, 2:30, are we on schedule here or
We're
what?
on schedule.
There we go.
Perfect, 2:30.
Imagine.
All right, where's the road? Where's the road,
Roads.
guys? Fine.
They're, standing in the hallway.
Oh, no, I meant on my paperwork. I got it. I found it.
On page 6.
Yes.
Gentlemen,
Welcome.
Lou. 6.
while you're getting to page 6, I want to thank Will for taking care of the Christmas tree yesterday. I'm sorry that I missed seeing him drag it down Sanborn Road as he indicated that he did, but I wish I would have seen that, but he took care of the tree.
Well, I see part of it out here,
I
so
said, how did you get the tree there? He's like, I hooked it to a chain and drove it and drug it down the road. I'd just like to see them
My
go
goats are
across the
enjoying it.
intersection. Huh?
That's goats
Brought it
like
home for my goats.
Oh, you did?
Well, part of it.
Yeah. 'cause
They like it.
Bits and pieces, that's
They do,
awesome.
they love it.
Did we get the lights off it?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
The goats will eat those too. Yes, they will.
Okay, so we're on page 6.
all right, so we're on page 6 and 7, right?
Yeah.
They have this? Road guys.
You have the cost of the equipment, right? Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's just start right off at the top, talk about the labor increases.
Well,
That's the first line?
yeah, that's neither here nor there. I put those numbers in there based
Oh, I-
on what they use.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, the increase is $10,000 for winter, 25 for summer, and 50 for,
Paving,
Paving.
paving.
on both sides.
So say it again, 10,000 for winter, 25 for summer
And 50.
for paving. And the rate increases that they requested are incorporated into those numbers?
Correct.
so how much does that bring the budget up? Winters.
So like some of them we left, like you said, left them.
Exactly. Did Chris write that?
I guess we read right there.
So we're looking for 50 more in surfacing too.
So we're gonna be bumping the paving, what you guys are looking for is a $50,000, so that'll give you a $250.
Yep.
Which will be be 500 for the both of you. I don't see in here, what have we got left right now in paving?
I have, I think it's about either 70, I think it's about 78, but I have left.
I have 93 or 4, I think it is, and they were supposed to do county, but because due to
Oh, yeah.
COVID, that would have been,
Yeah, I
I would
remember
have had
that.
pretty much 0.
Are they planning on doing that this spring?
I haven't decided because I would like to do more of county, so I hate to do a little bit and then another